Hi there, and good morning, and welcome to the Trade Setup right here on BloombergQuint Live. I'm Neeraj Shah, and I must say, considering how the events of yesterday evening shaped up, I think we are lucky for the bulls are lucky for the kind of start that we might have at our hand today. But first, the big news, and I think the big news is not equities. Frankly, the big news is what's happened to the crypto space. Most of you would be aware of it. For the people who are remotely not aware of it, here's the story. It whipsaws on the same day plunge. I mean, there was a plunge, there was a subsequent rally. It was manic what happened in Bitcoin. Look at this chart, right? This is on our website. This story is there, but this is the kind of moves that happen. Now, let me tell you two or three things. You might so two or three things, right? One, why did this happen? I mean, I think after Elon Musk said that, oh, cryptocurrencies or Bitcoin is not environmentally friendly. Chinese institute or China as a country has told some of its institutions not to deal with digital currencies. So institutional backing, which was the cornerstone of the Bitcoin rally, is kind of gotten liquidated, right? So that is part one, or not liquidatedly, but gone back a bit, and that is part one. And I think when such a thing happens, a domino effect tends to take place. So that's what happened yesterday. And the other thing I want to tell you, I spoke to not a lot, but a few people who trade in cryptocurrencies. They were all trying frantically yesterday to think that they'll take advantage of the lows. Nobody was able to log into the exchanges as well. So that's what happens. I'm not an expert in cryptocurrency really, but because I track investing with passion, I must tell you that if you have a small portion of your speculative money in a very small portion of speculative money, you want to trade in crypto, it's great. It's fine. I mean, do it. Even if it goes to zero, how does it happen? But unless you don't know the fundamentals, what you're doing if you're betting on Bitcoin or Ethereum or any of the other is essentially punting. You got to ask yourself, do you want to punt your hard-earned money? If your answer is yes, go ahead. But otherwise, please be careful. This is what can happen. Some people who have gotten into Bitcoin at 55,000 or whatever it is, thinking Elon Musk has approved it, and look at what happened yesterday. So just be careful is all I'm trying to tell you. I'm not denouncing crypto. I'm not saying it's good or bad. I'm known to say that, but just laying out other stuff. But anyways, too much on crypto. The first 2.5 minutes gone. Let's just talk about equities now, right? So US markets, by virtue of what happened to crypto, the reason I gave so much of importance to this is because US markets also came off a bit yesterday, by the way, quite significantly when the crypto slide was there, and then bounced back. And therefore, ended very, very flat, which is actually a pretty good sign, which is what I was saying. If you looked at the markets at 9 p.m., you would have thought, oh my God, carnage on the street. But I think it recovered quite smartly yesterday. Asia today, mixed bag. Some indices have a bit of a fall. Some indices are flattish. So kind of a mixed bag, so to say. ASX is not doing badly, but the others are okay. And the SGX Nifty will come up on your screen next, and we'll show you what that is doing. Again, a bit of a lull yesterday. In today's session, we are expected to start, as the chart is showing, fairly flattish. Now, what's the trade setup there for the day? I think the volatility might cause headaches. It's not the up or down. I think the global volatility could cause small headaches in an otherwise strong uptrend. I do think yesterday Gautam Shah was saying this. Some other people were saying it. The dealer desk that I spoke to were saying it. That there is a bit of an uptrend in place, but there is volatility for sure. And the risk reward may not necessarily be for anything of large leverage longs, but volatility is the cause of the day. I mentioned this yesterday, and there is probably fundamental reason today while tech stocks making a comeback could add legs to the rally. I'll get to that in a bit. But remember, we spoke about this yesterday as well, that technologies look set for a comeback. I didn't know of the news then, but yeah, this is something that you should look at. And I think the oil price drop could lead to a bit of a move in the oil sensitives, so do watch out for that. OMCs as a pack was very active yesterday, but some of the oil explorers could be interesting in the session today. So that's the other thing. And very quickly, the MOE function, just to show you what happened in trade yesterday, right? So the advanced decline ratio was still in favor of the advances, even though we were marginally off, and a bunch of companies did well, right? CSB Bank, a lot of people are bullish on the South Indian operations of this one. Relaxo, ahead of the numbers, did well. Prince Pipes and Fittings continues its merry run up another 10%. There was strength in Vocard, Alembic, and some of the other pharma names. And overall, Realty, when the results came out, it was at 522. It is at 586. Shows that quality companies tend to come back. What didn't do well? PI Industries and all the specialty chemical companies like Aarti Industries was down yesterday. All the companies which are disappointing a little bit are getting hammered in trade. So do watch out for some of those which are overpriced or maybe well priced, but not quite showing the performance. Now, what are the stocks to monitor today? Non-Nifty, there are a bunch of earnings, no Nifty earnings today, but HPCL probably the most important one. I'll also watch out for Havells and Relaxo, like I said, ahead of the numbers, jumped up in trade. So very interesting, and a lot of interest in Z Entertainment on the trading side. I wonder if there is something that is going to come out in the earnings today. So let's wait and watch. Now, in terms of stocks to watch, a slightly long list, but I'll quickly go through it. So first up, fertilizer names. Unfortunately, I don't have brokerage notes to tell you what do brokerages make of this move. But yesterday, the subsidy on DAP fertilizer has been hiked by about 140%. Farmers will get subsidy of 1,200 per bag of DAP versus 500 earlier. The bag of DAP for 1,200 instead of 2,400. So all of this is great news, right? For farmers, it's great. It's probably good news for some of the fertilizer companies which deal in DAP. Almost all of them have some exposure. Now, this is BloombergQuint calculation, by the way. The numbers may be varying a bit here and there, but this is circa the kind of contribution of DAP to the overall sales for some of these companies. So Chambal, Coromandel, GSFC, the others like NFL, RCF, and Deepak have negligible exposure or contribution from DAP. GNFC doesn't have. So mind you, the stocks to focus on, if at all you believe that this will lead to an uptick, are the top three, which is Chambal, Coromandel, and GSFC. Those are the names which have some contribution from DAP. So do watch out for those. Then Nifty IT is in focus. ET Prime. I mean, I got 2 or 3 messages, but ET Prime is probably that one publication that is there, which is published this, that the Joe Biden administration will formally remove a proposed rule which aim to narrow the definition of the H-1B visa work permit. Essentially, if the revoking of the H-1B visa clamp down goes away, if that gets revoked, then it's positive news for IT companies, right? So here's why I was saying that IT might have a good day today. Yesterday, it's just the screen which was telling us that maybe IT could make a bit of a comeback. Now, probably there is some reason to it as well. Again, it may have been official as well. I don't know as yet. I just saw one ET Prime story last night. But yeah, do watch out for IT. Could be a very interesting space to monitor in the near term because of this purpose as well. Valuations are also in your favor, right? I mean, I'm not talking about TCS, Infosys, or midcap IT, but I mean, Wipro, Tech Mahindra, HCL Tech, pretty ordinary valuations. So could be an interesting pocket to monitor. But mind you, I think that it is beneficial for all the companies in the IT space. Most of them have some H-1B visa requirement, right? So it should be positive for all of them. So do watch out for them. The third one is Axis. Could be interesting. The OFS for the non-retail investors got about 4x demand, right? And which is quite spectacular. Remember yesterday we were talking about how if the OFS gets subscribed well, then it's actually a positive for the stock. So even if the floor price was about 4% discount, right, at 680 odd, the stock yesterday went to about 704 and then quickly bounced back because people could sense that the OFS is getting good demand. Now, Suti will probably exercise the will exercise the oversubscription option as well. Will sell another 0.74% stake. I think yesterday's cutoff, maybe around 700, becomes the floor price for the retail portion today. But Axis could be interesting. So I think I'll watch out for this one as well. Some other stocks to monitor. A lot of you told me that this was a good thing that we did. So I'm trying to do that again today. Some key stocks, I'm also ascribing a reason out here on our graphics. So Muthoot Finance and Manappuram should be watch out for. The rise in gold prices, typically viewers, tends to get these stocks excited. I was speaking to Gautam Shah yesterday, and you may want to watch that conversation again. But he also mentioned that he's very bullish on gold and silver. Technically, of course, doesn't mean that will happen. I'm just telling you what experts are thinking like. And typically, such a move is accompanied by a rise in some of these stocks. So do watch out for Muthoot and Manappuram today. Do watch out for Mastech. Yesterday, I was reading a global note which all spoke about how GBP is poised for a breakout move. And if the pound tends to move higher, then other things remaining constant, it's a positive for Mastech, for Tata Motors, and some of the others. So therefore, do watch out for that. And the last stock on the list, just to get the graphic up again, Shakti Pumps. Viewers, I want you to be a bit careful about this. Now, 2 things. Is it yesterday in the con call at somewhere around 3 p.m., the company guided to a very strong FY22. They did about 950 crores in FY21. They've guided to sales northwards of 2,000 crores in FY22. So is the guidance bullish? Yes. Is the stock cheap on the basis of that guidance? Yes. But has the stock run up already? Yes. And therefore, please be careful. There could well be a phenomenon wherein people who might have bought for a BTST, who were there on the call and knew and heard it, and therefore bought it in big quantities and will come out to do their BTST trade today. And therefore, the stock might withstand pressure as well. So all I'm saying is the news is very positive. In all probability, the stock could react positively. Just that be careful. Don't get caught at a higher price is the limited point I'm making. But yes, doubling of sales in FY22 or FY21 is a very big positive for a Shakti Pumps, and the stock is available maybe 6, 7, 8 PE, whatever it is. So looks interesting. Please be careful though if you're trading this one. And then just a quick note. Yesterday I was talking about this City note on aluminum. So we've just gotten the excerpt of that note. And this is what they're saying, that aluminum's new era. They're calling it aluminum's new era. They're saying that stay bullish and expect spot prices to touch $3,000 per ton by end 2022. The aluminum market has never seen a supply constraint like what looks set to unfold over the coming years. So do watch out therefore for some of the aluminum-based stocks. I think CLSA has come out with a buy call on Hindalco today. So you might want to watch out for Hindalco, Nalco, and the like. So that's one more pocket that I thought I should watch out, that I should tell you. And last but not the least, a list of stocks which did very well on the price and delivery action yesterday. So Century Ply had an 8% up move, 53% mark for delivery. ICICI Securities 5.5% up move, 48% mark for delivery. Indian Hotels and the unlock trade, is it? Maybe not. But yeah, 5.8% higher, 42% mark for delivery. So pretty interesting moves. The Adani Group stocks keep on being in news, so I'm not even mentioning them. But yeah, some very interesting price volume action out there. So that's the other set of stocks that you should watch out for. But net technology, a key participant probably. I will watch out for the fertilizer stocks today for sure, news based, but be careful. Do monitor the price movement for the last few days before you try and take a trade. And largely, the experts are saying that we seem to be a bit of an uptrend. So try and not go against the trend. The risk reward is not in favor of leverage longs, but I don't think that as of now, the trend the way it is suggests that you can take large short positions unless you are specifically sure of the news. So for example, Sun Pharma and Taro numbers not the best today. Sun may react slightly negatively, but the stocks seem to be in a bit of an uptrend. So be careful of that. Yeah. Thanks so much for tuning in. Please stay safe. Please wear your masks. And if you get a chance to get vaccinated, please do.